What up, everyone? Welcome to Gamerish Network Live, also known as Gamerish Network Podcast, but change it up to live so y'all know that we here live. And as I said, yes, last week, for those listening, this is a live podcast, so anybody, if you hear us talking to other people, those are the
Know
people
that
in
we
the
here
chat.
live, and
And if
as
you
I
want,
said,
oh, had a little bit of backdrop there, but yeah. So see that shit that could happen while you're going live. So yeah, so we're here. I'm here with Miss Felice Cat as usual, you know, and,
Hey,
and Mr. Mad King, no
What up?
longer
What up?
solo. So we're here as usual to bring you guys all the latest gaming news, what we've been doing or playing, and all the ish in between. And of course, you can follow us on Facebook. We have two Facebook group, well, one Facebook group and one Facebook page. So don't get confused by it. Join both. We'll drop those links inside the comments of YouTube, and if you're on our Facebook page already, I dropped the link tree after we're done posting all of this. So look out for all of that. So a lot of shit's been happening lately in this week of gaming news, or this week and last week since the last time we spoke. I believe last week we did the pod on Wednesday. This week is Thursday. I thank these guys for joining in because I am so last minute with hitting these guys up. So if you guys wonder how come we don't know something as much, it's because we really do this stuff for you guys. We try to give you guys what you want, and we try to be here as much as we can weekly if we can. If we're not here one week, we are really, really busy. Trust us. So last week we started a game which I called Get Kill, Keep, and Sleep. And I gave three choices, and I wanted you guys to pick one game that you'll keep, one game that you'll kill off, and one game you could sleep on, which in other words is wait for later to play this game. You don't mind if it's delayed. So I got another three games. I'm trying to keep it within the month of which things have come out. But if I run out, then I'll go into the next month. But I was able to find three that might be intriguing, depending on our taste. Cause I know all of us have different tastes. So my three games for this week is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, or Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker. Those are your three choices, which of course is an expansion to Final Fantasy 14. I probably feel like this one is going to be kind of easy in one aspect, and which one I think you guys are going to kill, because I feel like I'm the only one that really plays Final Fantasy 14 still. So, but go ahead. Last week Felice started, so Mad King, what would you choose between these three?
I mean, I'm literally googling Final Fantasy 14
oh my gosh, I
You
can't stand
do
you. I
because
can't
I have
stand
yeah,
you.
no idea what you guys are
I
talking
can't
about.
stand
the MMO. You know the MMO.
my whole heart.
I know
Stop.
the MMO. I didn't know like.
They
He
had
was like, let me
ELC.
see these videos real quick. Let me see the reels. DJ,
Clearly,
take that
the fact,
back.
the fact that I don't even know what's going
That,
on
that
with
means
that
that's
game,
kill.
that could die
I can't,
Exactly.
easy,
can't
easy.
stand
There's so many
Exactly.
good. There's so many different MMOs going on right now. We have New World.
Tell me
We
about
have
it.
Lost Ark, which are two highly rated games. So yeah, that could just die. I don't give a shit about that. Um, and then was the other GTA,
It's
and what was
GTA
the other one?
trilogy and the new Pokemon games,
Oh, all
Brilliant Diamond
right.
and
So
Shining Pearl.
Pokemon, Final Fantasy, they both could die. As
You
if
get
you
to
pick
choose
one,
one. You can't
You
choose
have
all of
to
them.
choose. There ain't
You,
no
I
tweaking
choose
around
both of
this.
them. They
you
could easily
can't.
die, and and then on the back burner, I'll pick GTA trilogy. There's nothing I want to play. There's no games I want to play.
Well, that's why it's theoretical. It's not like I'm gonna kill a game for real. I still want to play all three of them.
Okay, all right. So that was my choices.
Nah, you gotta pick one you want to
No, I'm
play.
not.
Not letting you off
I'm
the hook.
not. You could
Yeah.
not. You could literally not pay me to play any of those games.
Really? Not even Grand Theft Auto?
You know what? We went through this whole issue with Mass Effect trilogy. Mad
Yeah, we
hype for
did.
that game. Like, I'm gonna play it 24/7. I stopped playing it. I'm like, this was fun, but do I really want to play it again?
I
And
feel you there.
unfortunately, I don't. And GTA trilogy, I have that shit on every system I own. It's pretty much Skyrim. I have Vice City, San Andreas on my phone right now, remastered and everything. I have that
It's
game.
not
Like,
remastered. It's just better lighted. It's not remastered.
uh,
It's
the
not
same
like
point.
this.
You're right. It isn't, but like you can't change the story. You're still gonna have the same story, the same cutscenes, the same experience. And I rather hold on to my experience as a child, not as a child, as a younger adult, and like just like playing that game and like having those memories of how awesome that game was. I kind of want to just keep it like that. So I kind of don't want to retouch it. I kind of just want to leave a good thing a good thing. I don't want to replay it and be like, damn, this is clunky, or damn, this doesn't look right, or damn, this is not what I remembered. Because I have a lot of like love for Vice City, the soundtrack, the fucking just the whole '70s.
Well, at least with the
Vice,
original stuff, you're getting all of the soundtrack, which we don't
yeah.
get in here. We still get a lot, but I'll talk about that later when we talk
So
about
I
what
just
we're
I just
playing.
don't kind of want to touch it. I just want to keep it like a happy memory and just like keep it moving. Same thing with Pokemon, like keep it a happy memory, dope games. But I'm just waiting for a new experience. I'm waiting for the new GTA. I'm waiting for the new Pokemon. I don't want to keep playing remasters and re-releases of games I already played. So Final Fantasy 14, maybe I'll try that. Something new, something I haven't tried. So maybe that's the game that I'll be interested in playing.
All right, that's a good choice. That should suffice for Felice. At least we killing Final Fantasy for sure.
Why'd you choose those three games though? Like
It
that's not
had to
even like
make
good.
it
That's
tough.
that's not even good choices though. That's choices that benefit you, no, and no one else.
What do you mean? It's just choices of what's left in the month.
All right, it was it kill, keep, and
Sleep.
sleep. All right. Well, I'm gonna put GTA to sleep.
All right.
Shit, I think. Damn, can I say that? Yeah, I can. I'm gonna put it to sleep.
Forever.
Cause, come on, how many times are you gonna do this?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how many
It's
times
literally
you
like
gonna do this?
I would honestly want to put Pokemon to sleep because how many times did they do that? But I was like, damn, I don't know. They both
I
do the
think
same
we
thing.
always get
GTA and
hooked in
Nintendo.
Pokemon craze. Hmm.
Sorry, not GTA. Rockstar and Nintendo does the same thing, even though we don't talk shit about Rockstar that much. They do the same shit. Like, how many times you gonna bring out the complete edition of GTA 5? Like, I don't need to see it again and again and again. And the remastering of that, like even the other games that Rockstar makes, they do the same thing. So I feel like it was a coin flip between the two. So I'm gonna put them to sleep because I still would like to play that game more. And I've never finished a Pokemon game of a day in my life. I've tried very hard to finish them.
Not even
I
like
get
the old school ones, like the first ones
nope.
that ever
I
came
get
out in
really
Japan.
annoyed with them. I get really annoyed.
Oh.
I like
What, when it's time for the grind?
I even rage quitted fucking Pokemon Go, and
But
that's
you
on my
love
cell
Final
phone.
Fantasy, and that's so grindy too, though.
I don't play Final Fantasy that much anymore, but the options were shitty, and so I'd rather kill Pokemon than I kill Final Fantasy.
I agree with
So
that.
because the options weren't the best, I'm left over with Final Fantasy, and that as bad as that sounds, because as it's a shitty decision. So yeah, once again, keep Final Fantasy, kill Pokemon, and sleep on wait, but that's not what sleep meant last week though.
No, Slate Man, you don't mind if it gets delayed again.
No, but sleep on last time was referring to new games, and it was like, oh, people sleep on this. It's like a slow
No,
hitter.
no, no. That's not what I was saying. No, but I'll say
Oh, because that's
sleep
for how I
as in
replied
you.
last week.
Oh, I didn't notice, but I meant sleep as in you don't
Well, they
mind
need
if
to
it
put
gets
that shit to
delayed
sleep,
again.
a long sleep. You know, like what the was it the Vikings do? They need to put it in the water, let it float away because it's dead, and then like take some arrows with fire and like shoot it at it. Oh, that's death though, right?
Yeah, like a whole ceremony and shit.
I'm sorry, I'm done.
It's like it's like step one.
Oh,
Put him in the
please,
coffin. Step
Nintendo
two.
people and Pokemon people don't hate me. I love Pokemon. I love Pikachu. I have Pikachu everything. I even have a Pikachu hat. So just so you know.
But you
But
know what? But you know what? Beat a Pokemon game.
shut up. No one's asking you. They'd have to rewind to see
There-
that.
There's a
So
bunch
you're
of
like me.
games
You're
out
like
there that we love that we
all
never
my
finished.
experience from Final Fantasy is from like Super Smash Brothers and shit that they're in other things. I
Oh
feel like
shit. I forgot to say, I agree with you what you said earlier about keeping the things from your childhood. That was actually really in depth. And I wanted to say I really agree with that topic because what happens when, hey, crazy, what happens when we keep remastering this
Yo,
stuff because
man.
we're already older and we've seen this stuff remastered so many times already? It's like, it's not meant for us. It's meant for the new generation to get the new people hooked on it. It's not meant for us, but it kills
yeah,
our nostalgia. It hurts us in a way because we have so many memories rooted and tied to it. Like the time you're supposed to be taking out the trash and you playing Pokemon or playing like GTA and your parents like, you took out the trash yet? And then like, you're like, yeah, mom. and you run downstairs to go do it, like, because you're still playing the game, like, you know what I mean, right? Like, it's just your childhood. So yeah,
All right. Well, I
crazy
guess when
no.
it comes to me, I'm very I say the reason I'm playing Grand Theft Auto all over again, I'll have to say is nostalgia. So I'm gonna say I play that. I'll sleep on Final Fantasy right now because I still haven't finished any of the other expansions or the beginning storyline, Realm
Can you
Reborn yet.
download? Is it like a free trial or something? I
There's
don't
a free
know.
trial
You
actually.
can, you can get a 7-day free trial if you haven't played before, so you can
I'm
get
trying
on
that
that
There's a
as
out.
well.
month thing too, also, but you just have to buy it though. Never mind.
Mm. Yeah, so I'm still trying to catch up on Final Fantasy. We've been trying to catch up for years upon years, and I
It's
buy
too late.
every single DLC. I have it all. I even bought this one already just so I could get all the exclusive pre-order bonuses and the 50% experience gain and all that stuff, which doesn't look that much when you're high up there in level. I'm like 50% gain on what I'm killing right now doesn't look like shit unless it's a damn big ass boss. That's the only time that experience thing really works for me. But I still find fun in it so much that I've never canceled my ESO Plus before, and I actually like canceled my ESO Plus to
Yo,
play Final Fantasy some more.
when you talk about stuff like that, you need to put an asterisk about you how you spend your money. Because the
Oh
way
no,
you
no,
spend
because we
your
just make a
money,
receipt for this shit.
the way you like, I still support this. That doesn't mean shit to you. You support anything. So you know
I,
what? Don't take
I,
that as any kind
uh,
of like factor. He spends
um,
money on anything new, brand new.
He's
whatever
single-handedly
brings
supporting a
joy
small
to
country
my life.
in
Yeah.
the Atlantic. He's single-handedly supporting a small country that no one
What
knows of.
Whatever
Just
brings
So
joy to my life, I find a way to drop $1 on it. All right, it's I just
it's
bought
like
the
you make me
new
smile.
Sony
Here's
TV
my
and
wallet.
shit. Like,
yo, I want to
it,
know what you canceled. So that's the
what?
shit I need to worry about. That shit I don't need in my life. If
No,
it's
Oh,
got drained
only
to the
my
point where you
ESO
cancel something.
Plus. I canceled my son's Stadia account because he's not
Okay.
using it. You know, and that's it. Everything else is still on. Yeah, everything else is still on. So
Okay.
as you can see. But and I think the only game I would kill, I guess I'll have to kill Pokemon just because we're gonna get another one in the next few months. So I could kill that one because it's still gonna be there to play if I want to go back and play the original versions. And we're gonna get our Arceus, RK, however the fuck it's pronounced, in the next few months.
How much is GTA the remastered? Is it full
If
price?
you have Game Pass, you can play San Andreas right now. That's what I'm playing right now for Game Pass. If you want to
the
get
trilogy, right?
the trilogy is $60, but not on Game Pass is San Andreas alone. If you want to play it by itself,
The Final Fantasy 14, GTA remastered. What was the third one again? Oh, Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Pokemon. Mm.
Shiny, right? Diamond or Pearl.
I
It's
never
Brilliant
played.
Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Well, we want to call them both Shiny Diamond and Pearl.
Fine with me. Fine with me. But yeah, so yeah, that's our segment: kill, keep, and sleep. People, we just something we do at the beginning between three games that we just make a choice what we would do towards those three games. We kill one, make sleep on one, and keep one. What's up, Wolfie? Thanks for joining
Wolfie!
us. But I guess now we could get into what we've been playing. Who wants to start? Who wants to start? Or should I start?
Uh, Maybe
Oh,
Fleece because yeah,
Felice.
because I don't have too many games. Maybe I
All
could
right,
go.
Felice, what you
I,
been playing? I know you play
I,
some
so,
indie game.
I streamed the other day because I know it's been a minute since I've been streaming on Gamerish. I am so sorry. I've been in my feels about my capture card that I fixed. It worked, and then now it don't work again. So I'm just gonna buy an Elgato because at this time, unless you guys want to sponsor Razor, if you want to sponsor us, I ignore what I say. But my capture card don't work. So anyway, so I was streaming Lost Words. And we'll read your comment in a minute, Crazy. Crazy is commenting for those who are just listening to us. Yeah. So Lost Words is a game I've been playing. I think it's called Lost Words Beyond the Page.
Yeah,
It's
I
this
have it on
really cute
Stadia.
indie. Oh my gosh, it is so stinking cute. I love my indies. And mostly, the more colorful it is, like the more blues and vivid imagery that it has, the more I'm in love with it, right? So this game is about a little girl who she has a really vivid imagination, and I think her grandma told her to like start a journal because it's important because she has such a good imagination. She wants to like do story creation. So she uses the journal to write a story. So she's writing a story, and as you're playing the game, because you're just listening to her, so you're in her journal as her as a little icon that walks across the words. Like you can jump, you can walk across the words. And there's some words that are highlighted, and when you touch the words, it changes like the page. Like she could say like I love butterflies, and the butterfly word would be highlighted like a bluish, greenish color, like shimmery purple. So you
And
step on the
sometimes you have to jump on them.
yeah, you no, you walk again, you touch the word, and then all of a sudden butterflies will fly on the page, and like or like it'll be like, oh, I needed to take this cup of I needed to make tea. So then like you step on the word tea, and you take the word tea and you put it into another section. It's like a cup, and you literally have to put the tea bag in the cup. You got to put the it's British, I think, or English, so you have to put like milk in it because we don't put milk in our tea. So anyway, you put milk in it, you put tea in it, you boil the water, all other stuff. So it's like that. So that's only one part of the story though. Like that's her and her making the story up about her writing in her journal, and then her creating this immersive story about this land that there's a savior, and you get to choose the name of the character, which they have names already listed out for you, and just choose like how she interacts. And when you're in the actual story, because you come off of the page and then you actually have to play with the character as a platformer, like left side scroll, left, right. You then like have to collect these butterflies in the game because they're supposed to be protectors of the village. It is an elder, and there's like this great turmoil happening.
It is the fireflies, not
Or
fireflies.
fireflies. I keep saying butterflies because I love butterflies. Sorry. So fireflies, yes, it's fireflies. But like that's only one portion of the game. Like it's like you go from between her journal and also like her imagination, like her story that she created. You go between both. And then the one that's like the imaginary story that she's creating, that you're side scrolling through, like the words are still there, except you use the words like to change the environments. Like if you need to raise something, like there's the word rise, and you can use it to rise up the elevator or to pick up boulders. Or if it's repair, then use it to repair something that got damaged, so you can continue on your journey. So it's like she's going through the story, and then also in her personal life, her grandma. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah,
I
I
think I
was
already
gonna
did.
say don't
I
go
think I
there.
just did. I think
I
I
was
just
gonna
did
say
spoil
no.
it.
It's one of those emotional games.
It's
To make
an
you feel
emotional game. I didn't know I was gonna
like
go there.
like you're playing
Um,
Life is Strange just
it
without
feels
the
like a Life is
choices.
Strange. It feels like a True
Yeah.
Colors Life is Strange,
Mhm.
except without all the extra stuff. So it's a very beautiful game, and I got suckered into it somehow.
Yeah, I'm playing it. Well, I think we mentioned it months ago when I started. I
Yeah,
was
you
playing it
did,
with
but I was
my
like, I put it in my
daughter.
queue.
Yeah, I put it. I'm playing that with my daughter, and she loves that game. We still
It's
haven't had a
beautiful,
chance to
right?
finish. Yeah, and so since like I don't know if you got as far as like we just finished
I got to the
passing the
desert.
part. Oh yeah, so all right, we just finished. That's the last part we did where we meet the genie in the desert,
Oh, he's a
and
genie.
yeah, you'll meet a genie, and you have to help free
I didn't
him.
know he was a genie. Thank you.
Yeah, so, well, they mention it later on while you're running through it. But yeah, so we just at the end of that, and we
See
stopped
this
there.
Mad King
So
spoiling games for me again.
we
Spoiling
have to
games.
we have to finish that game. It's only that I think the Spirit Horse game from that movie DreamWorks movie came out, so she's been
Wait,
playing the
what's
horse
Spirit
game.
Horse?
No, Spirit is Spirit. That's the horse from Disney and DreamWorks. That movie Spirit. Well, there's a
Oh, yeah,
movie.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you
So
mean.
yeah, so my daughter saw that game on my Switch, and now she's just more obsessed with that than us finishing that game. So, but definitely a good game. I recommend a lot of people try it out. If you have Stadia, you could get it on Stadia Pro.
I
Should
have
be it if
Stadia.
it's still available there. If it is, I don't know if they took it down already. A bunch of shit should be there. Got anything else to add to that one?
Other than that, I've been trying to just finish out my battle pass because I'm on the fence whether or not I should get Vanguard. And notice I was like died. That was last week's question: kill, keep, uh, sleep. And I said kill Call of Duty, but I have not seen anything So that would make me want to buy it. So I'm still on the previous
Oh, no
one.
worry. I'm gonna get to there, but I wanted to get into first Forza Horizon 5.
Oh, I'm playing that too. I'm playing that
Yes,
too.
I figured that's something all three of
I'm
us
sorry, I forgot about
have
that.
definitely played. I even put in the title on the horizon,
I can't drive for
like
shit.
because that's the big game this week. It's Microsoft's biggest selling game and their biggest launch ever right now. With the help, of course, Game Pass helps this, but over
They
4.5
about to be
million
5
players right.
million. They about to,
Yeah,
to hit 5 million.
yeah. So this game is great, man. I don't even know where to start when it comes to this game. It's like I did put a stream out for people who want to see it on Twitch. My stream 2 hours of Forza in 1 hour brackets for each playthrough because I couldn't stream. I could have to go to work early. I bought the car pass, of course, so I could play early, and you know me, I couldn't help myself. I saw one of my friends playing it online, and I'm just like, Andrew, how the hell are you playing this? You ain't waiting for. I like you bought a special edition. He's like, well, you could buy the car pass and play it early too. And I was like, fuck it, I'll buy the car pass. I had $20 in the Microsoft store, so I only had to spend $20 out of my own money. Could I finally use those points that we get? And I finally figured out how to use them and got me $20 out of
We
the
need to give you
Microsoft.
an intervention on your spending
So
habits.
good on that. And so yeah, man, this game is beautiful. Um, I could say like every the struggle for me right now is having so many cars that you don't know what car to drive around with while you're driving around the place because not only can you choose a new car every time you go into the city, but or world, but you're able to upgrade each and every one of them too. If only there was like the upgrades were universal, it'll probably make it easier. Like, hey, this is that one car I want to play in my Ferrari, and then just upgrade my skill tree and everything. But you
Yeah,
have upgrades for each and every individual car. You have tuning
that's
for
a
each
lot.
individual car, paint jobs you could buy. I'm trying to paint job myself, but then I look at other people's creations. It's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy their creation and put it on this car. And that's actually how I've been tracking what cars I've used already. Is that every car I use, I get a custom paint job for it. So if there's no custom paint job on it, I know this is the first time I'm using this car. So that's been my way of tracking it. With stuff because I got like South Park themed cars, I got Naruto themed cars, I got a One Piece car. Like I've been just like getting all these different paint jobs from people and paying them for their vinyls and all that stuff, and like driving around and doing these races. And it's good because I like how before every race you could tune it. Like if you feel you're getting better, you could go ahead and change the difficulty, and of course you'll get more points based on how high your difficulty is. If you put the driver tars on average, above average, hard, easy, neutral, all this stuff, and you'll see all your friends in their cars. Usually, your friend that's in first place is the one that has the highest ratings at the time, which is usually my friend. Oh my God, I'm so full. You know who you are. And he's already in the hundreds. His level, I'm like, motherfucker, we started this shit on the same day, and he's in the hundreds, and I'm still only level 20. And I'm just like, but I guess he just plays it all day while I'm here switching between consoles and playing all these other games. I wish I could just sit down and play one game for hours, but my brain isn't wired that way. Um, one gripe I have with the game,
Wait, wait. Let's all go around about the good stuff, and then let's go into
okay,
the
all
bad
right,
stuff
all right,
together.
all
All right,
right,
Felice,
yes,
you seem excited. How do you feel
yes,
about it?
please.
Well, I'm excited about something that I think is amazing. I like the fact that character creation has different hair patterns and textures and skin complexions. Well, not that many skin complexions, but it it has some. It's got black girls on it. It's got some good stuff on it. I mean, I'm
To be
just
not,
like,
they had it last year. Well, for
no, no,
Horizon.
no, 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 no. As a woman, since you're not a woman, as a woman, I'm just saying that yes, I've had Forza before, but like it's more detailed now than it was before. Our hair matters, is what I'm getting at. So yeah, they have different skin complexions and stuff like that. they have always had something. Well, not always, but they've mostly had something. But now it's like it's not where it needs to be yet, but it's gotten somewhere. So that was the first thing I was excited about. I still suck at driving, so that doesn't really change anything. The scenery is always beautiful, so that doesn't really change anything either. Force is always amazing. I haven't had any really glitches except for the fact that I couldn't figure out how to get my car out of the thing, but I realized there's a reverse button. I got
Yeah,
stuck between a rock and
I
a
was
wall.
about to ask you, do you use the rewind a lot?
Yeah, yeah. Now I do. Anyway, we won't discuss that. But I'm learning better how to drive, which I love the little arrows in the ground.
Oh
Because
yeah,
I was
the
interpreting,
brake assist.
yeah, I was interpreting them wrong before, but now I'm getting better at them. I don't like how many cars there are, but I like that there are a lot of cars at the same time. Like I like the different like patterns. Also, I like the fact that there are custom design, like people design some stuff and that you can actually follow them. Because like I think I have a car that's like you what's the My Little Pony? Rainbow Dash. I have a Rainbow Dash car.
And I'm
So
assuming that's a pony.
it's a pony. Rainbow
Okay.
Dash.
I was gonna say,
Yeah. It's a
I'm like, you would say
unicorn.
that like we knew who you were talking about, because for
Yeah.
once I didn't know shit.
Yeah. So my car somebody like drew it and like you can follow them, like the artist that drew the art for the car. So I like that. I get to choose like how the car is going to look. Like I haven't indulged too much into like some of the things because there's so much information that's like to a degree for me for a racing game it's very over stimulating.
Saturated.
It feels yeah, and it feels a lot like it feels a lot like some of the older Need for Speeds for me. Like not the interface or anything like that, but like how I'm driving through the like when you go to race, like you drive to the spot. Like the Need for Speeds are really much based off of that. You drive to more recent ones. You drive to the spot to start the race, or you drive to someone to like start a race or something like that. So I like that. It makes it feel familiar for people who have never played Forza. I think it gets those people because there is no space. There's just no Need for Speed right now that's in the market. Not that Forza ever had to compete with Need for Speed, because Need for Speed obviously is more like fantasy driving versus Forza, which feels more like realistic driving.
You get
right?
turbo in Need for Speed.
I like turbo a lot, so
No,
sleep
I don't
on that.
mind. I'm just saying in here, I found myself pressing the A button sometimes by mistake,
And
trying to
nothing happening.
like speed past somebody, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, fuck, oh yeah,
Yeah.
no turbo.
And like depending on what car you drive, I feel like I like the fact that the cars feel different, which is why it's really hard to figure out which car to choose sometimes, like you said earlier. Because
Yes.
if you got the wrong car for the type of race you're driving, you're not gonna do that well. Like
Yeah,
sometimes
thank
I'll
God
be
they
trying to
It
just
gives you a
cars.
choice of that though.
Yeah.
yes.
I'd rather have the choice than
I like to have the choice. Exactly. So I like that factor. Like I be trying to do the jumps off of the fucking ramps and stuff like that.
I know,
I like
actually I found a ramp. I found a ramp that you hit, and I did it once, and
Oh.
then you had a higher one. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna get this. So
no,
then I
you
went
tried
back,
to that's my next thing. That's my next
and
no,
I got
I
higher
gotta go
than
back
you.
then. I gotta go back then.
I
Because
did that for a few friends too. I didn't see you guys pop up yet. I guess I'm probably higher
probably
than you
farther
guys. I
ahead,
don't think they
yeah.
show anybody lower than you. They only show who's above
no,
you.
they do. They show people.
They do?
They
Okay.
show people in your friends list. Because like when I'm doing the races,
Okay.
I haven't been doing races with like real people. I've only been doing the races with the.
Solos.
They call it yes, this is solos, but they call it something specific, like
Drive
Yeah, the drive
drive avatars. Yes, which I love that word. It's really
Oh, I
unique.
hate it. I think it's stupid.
It is stupid, but I think at the same time, it's like, oh, it's obvious. It's a drive avatar. It's just your friends like playing. So I've been knocking the friends off the road all the time. I'm like, get yours. But honestly, I be looking at the ranking systems, not ranking, like what they've done, and I try to beat them. I didn't realize that until like 5 races in that there were people on my friends list.
Yeah.
I did not realize that. And so I started seeing people's names. I was like, what are you doing over here, Freddie?
But what I was talking about is like when you're collecting signs and doing the
Oh,
speed
I'm
stuff,
just starting to get to that.
and it shows you just 2 names. It usually only shows you who's above you. Doesn't show you who's like under, unless you go on the menu and look for
Maybe
it.
that
If you push
one.
the
Yeah.
leaderboard, you can see
So
it.
that's why
But-
I was looking to see if you guys did anything, but I saw that your stats were still lower
Yeah.
than, which of course, if I've been playing for 5 days earlier, then you
Yeah.
guys aren't going to be up there where my shit is. So I only have like three friends that are like competing with me for scores and collectibles right
I beat some people within I want to be the best certain things. Like I beat some people in like certain races, not all. And then like jumps, I can't jump for shit. I got the wrong car. That's
now.
where I'm at.
I only, well, go no. Before I go into shit, I hate. Yeah, Fred. Unless you got more to add, please. Before
Yeah, I
Fred
was gonna
I'm
adds.
say
done.
I really enjoy the music. I think when you go to
Oh,
Oh, I hate the
expeditions,
music.
I took the music
it really
off because it says
it makes
stream
Yeah,
me
mode.
not the music, not the like driving from like one place to radio, not the radio music. The when you're doing like a mission music, the how it like you guys are probably farther than me, but like when you go into like the sandstorm or you go into like the thunder and just like having like not just the music but just like the audio, the how everything sounds so good. I really
yeah,
makes me immersed into like the driving. It makes me
It
kind of like the
does.
graphics are amazing already. So like with the sound quality being right there, like you can hear the difference in the cars because you have so many options and they all just don't sound the same. They all have like the different tails, how they go off. So the little details, I think they really like nailed the details. Even not really a small detail, but like even like driving, you know, and when it's raining on the road, that same car feels different when the roads are wet versus
yep.
when it's
You gotta
not. So
have
like the
good
little
traction and shit on
yeah,
your
so like
tires.
just each car feels unique, and like you guys been saying, like there's so many different cars. So like it's crazy that like they went in that in depth because it probably could get lost on a lot of people not really paying attention. So I enjoy that. I enjoy I enjoyed like taking at my own pace. I feel like you said, you're farther ahead, and you said your friends farther ahead, but we are still having a great time.
Yeah.
We're not feeling like we're being left back or,
One
that like
good
I gotta
thing
catch
about
up
the
to
game is
Andre.
that they give us experience for anything you do. You're crashing, you're running over shit, you're destroying signboards, you're drifting, but you're really going out of control, and you're
Yeah.
still getting points for it. So that's definitely a plus.
So I think that like I like that because I feel like sometimes some racing games they kind of make you like stay on track, stay on track. But this one is like do what you want. Like it's really like an open world driving game. And I like that, and I like that. Like it lets you just choose wherever you want to go. Like there's not like, please go here. Like this is gonna be bigger than everything else. There's missions like that, but I like that. Like I'm pretty sure that we've probably done different races, just because it's such a big map. Or like
Yeah, it's
I'm like
it,
going to
it,
more like off
there's so
road
much to
racing,
do.
and I love the off road racing. I love going in
Yeah,
the dirt. I
I've
love
been
like going through the
focusing only
jungle.
on the street racing right now. Like
Yeah,
that's
I
my
haven't even done any
favorite.
street racing. I've been just like trying to be off road a lot. So I like that you could do what you like. And like you said, still get the same amount of XP. Like it's not like a negative for going off
Yeah.
the bat
They
where
do
I'm
shit
from.
like they mark off on the roads where you've driven already. So, hey, instead of taking this shortcut and running through the grass, how about you gain more roads to your catalog so you can be higher than your friends for most roads discovered and
Yeah.
things like that. I like how you still, which was in Horizon 4. I don't know if it was in Horizon 3, Anna, the little AI that could direct you to the closest races nearby or the big events that's going on right now. You could go do that. Did you try out any of the multiplayer modes? Like,
Yeah, I tried there was one. I didn't know it was multiplayer until I started, but it was it's to like crash into like the pinatas. So
oh,
it's
I
like
didn't do that one yet.
there's a whole bunch of pinatas in a central area, and it's like you have to go in that area and like hit them to get the most points, and then drive to the next one. So that was fun. It was just like it was like 5 minutes, and it was just like, okay, I did it. Would I
Which
do it
is
again?
good.
Probably
Yeah,
not. But
I've
like
been doing
it's
the Eliminator. I think I forgot what I don't know if it's called Eliminator. It might be another name for it. It's at the top of my head, but I think it's called Eliminator. It's like the battle royal mode, which of course was in Horizon 4. It was introduced in 4, but I like it here. Even though a lot of people have been like nervous because there's two ways for people to get eliminated. One, when the circle closes in, if you're still outside, your car is going to get destroyed. Two, you could challenge somebody and race to a point, and then if you beat them to that point, they get eliminated. A lot of people seem to be nervous right now about getting challenged one on one. It's just a freaking game. I don't know, like just take your chances. Like even if you're facing an expert, there's so many trees around. Even the experts could run into trees. Even
Yeah.
the developers said that, like, don't be afraid to challenge people because everyone crashes at some point or another. So I'm just gonna take Felice off the screen here. She had to go for a second, but she'll be back. But yeah, so we have those simple challenges there. I did a few races. Races are kind of
Online.
intimidating. Yeah, online races with real people instead of their drive cars. It's kind of intimidating because like a lot of these people that do this shit soup up their fucking cars like crazy before they go into these races. And I'm glad they let you choose a class, a type of race, because some of these people, like, there's certain cars you can't just put the fastest engine in and then just expect just to win because you have to have tracks. You have to be able to brake real well. And that's one thing I like about their tuning system as well is that you could choose a tuning system from someone that's made and they have people that focus on brakes, focus on handling, focus on speed, focus on steering, and acceleration. And you get to see what's inside your hood compared to what if you upgrade to this person's thing is inside their hood. And you get credits too. You could put your thing out there. If someone likes the way you tuned your car, you could get accredited for that, and they'll give you money for that. Same way if you auction your car, you can auction your cars. I've been meaning to try to auction a car, but for some reason it's hard for me to give up the car is in my garage. I don't know why. I guess also because you have those stamps for you also have like there's so much in this game, people. But you get these stamps for a collection of cars. You'll know that if you collect this amount of BMWs, you get a free spin. And they have this whole book, I think like this blue book, and it fills out with all the cars you got. And for every certain collection you get a prize. And for gaining all those cars in that area and stuff. So that's another cool thing. Um, if I had to say something that I didn't like about the game is one, we know this game was made. Is the world is set in Mexico, but yet there's barely any Mexican characters in this game.
What do you
Everyone is
mean?
still
They've all been Mexican.
no. Your guy don't even talk Mexican. Your guy talks
You're not the
British.
Mexican, but like the guy
No, I
taking
mean they
around town is
Spanish. They have
Mexican.
one Spanish station, and then which I don't know, whatever they put one Spanish station, but most of the characters you meet, they're all like from not from Mexico. Most of
It's
these
a
guys do not,
festival.
Yeah, it's a festival, but these are the same voices they've been using for all their Horizon games. They haven't changed any of the
Oh,
voices. You
I
would
just
think
feel
that
like
if
the
you
other way
switch,
around. I thought like they did a good job representing Mexico in this game.
uh, not to
I
me. I,
I
I
like
think this
that
is
they,
more
they had
Spanish.
it in Mexico, but I kind of want to partially agree with Matt King saying because I've been to Mexico twice now, especially to the city, and I was looking at the part that they were in, and you see the parts that you're driving through, like the town and stuff like that. Mexico, some of the buildings do look like that to a degree,
No, I'm not talking
but
about
this
the environments. I'm just talking about the
but it
voices.
doesn't really look like that. And to what he's talking about the peoples, yeah, you had some people with some Spanish accents and stuff like that, and some of them are actually Mexican. But yeah, it doesn't. It's not a. It's like a sample
I
of
think you gotta be
Mexico without
careful
being
because
Mexico.
you guys are like saying like stereotypical or like how Mexicans should sound like or
No,
No,
I'm
how
not
and
saying
I'm
that.
just
That's not
no,
what
but
I'm
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 saying.
saying
saying
that's what I'm
there's
saying. You
not
gotta be
as many
careful because you're
Me
Spanish
saying like
people
specifically, I'm not
in the
there's
saying
not
that.
enough
world.
Mexicans with like eating
Uh,
burritos and drinking Coronas.
No,
That's
I'm
not
saying
what
there's
all
not
right,
Mexico
enough
is.
Spanish people
let's.
in the
It's like
game that
people
I
saying
feel
there's not
that there
enough
should
fat
be.
people in
I
GTA in New
think
York
that
City.
you're mistaking what I'm specifically saying as
No, I'm not
someone.
saying that. I'm just saying
Yeah,
like as somebody of Hispanic, we all look different. We all sound different. So the fact that like they don't have a Mexican accent, I just feels weird that you're like, oh, they don't
yeah. I
look
didn't.
Mexican. They don't sound Mexican.
I think
No,
that
it's
you're
not.
taking what I'm saying
I didn't
specifically
say
out of
accent. I
context.
said no one speaks Spanish except for
Because
one
it's an
radio
American
station.
game. They're the
It's not
festival.
an American game, but they're made in It's a British people who made the game,
So
so
what's
it's
their
not
native
American.
language?
So they could have brought in voice actors, more voice actors. But like I
But then
read up
then, then
on
they would
it,
just sound like what does a Mexican voice actor sound like to you?
I'm saying it's more. They could have like
What does that
someone
sound
that's.
like to you though?
I'm saying that. See, that's where you're going into what you don't want to talk about. I'm talking about. Look at Far Cry. If everyone in that area was English, you're gonna say that's a real Spanish area that they're in Far Cry. If everyone was just white in that area, You wouldn't
What
say
are you
that.
talking about? That's two different things.
No, it is the
No,
same thing. It's
it's not different.
environments. If you're
He's
in a
saying
certain
is a good
environment,
I think
representation of
that
where they're
I'm
at.
saying,
yeah. In
but you're
GTA San
forgetting that this is
Andreas,
a
if Gold
festival.
Street
It's
was run
literally
by
like
white
they're
people, are
taking
you
a
going to say
festival
the
and they're
same
going
thing?
around the world with it, and they're taking it to Mexico. So all these people
No,
who've been
but my
everywhere else
thing
are the
is,
same
they
people.
if you read up on it, they use the same voice actors from every single Forza game instead of expanding on the voice acting in the game. It's the same
He's
people.
saying that there's not true representation. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
He's
it's
not
not as
saying
much
That's a
as
that.
it
different.
could
That's a
be.
different. That's a different subject then.
That's what he's
No,
trying
it's
to
the same
say.
thing. It's
I
the
understand what
same
he's trying to say. I
thing.
think that it's coming out weird, but I think what he's trying to say is not true representation. He's saying that it's the same people
Yeah,
acting.
you want actual human beings that are in
These are human
Hispanic.
beings.
Did
It's just the
No,
same
but see,
people.
we're talking about
No.
you're talking about like real people. I'm talking about the video game. You're
All
talking about
right,
like you want
yeah,
actual
and
like
they're voiced
voice
by real
actors.
people.
But he didn't. That wasn't whatever.
That is what
I
I
get what you're
said.
saying.
There should be more representation of Spanish people inside the game rather
That's just an
than
issue
they.
in gaming and just media in
Well, yeah,
general.
that's what he was saying. But what he's
Yeah,
saying is
so that goes
literally
back
that's
to
what he's
my
saying. But
original point.
you're saying something totally different. You're saying
Because
that
I was thinking something because you were saying
yeah,
how in
that's
Forza there's not enough like Mexicans walking around or some shit.
No, I didn't
That's why I
say
was
that.
actually
no,
I said
saying.
no.
there's
That's
no
we weren't
Spanish,
saying that at
more
all.
Spanish in the
But
game
because he did say
should have
voice
been there.
acting, he said like they don't sound Mexican.
I didn't say they didn't sound Mexican. I said they're in Mexico and there's not enough representation of Spanish
Voice
in the
actors
game.
in the game. You didn't say that.
Voice. No, I said there's no one speaking Spanish other than one radio station, and probably one other character. All the characters that are represented as main characters, even our character is from where they made the game. Doesn't even represent Mexico. So, and even if we have black or Spanish characters, then maybe they should have put black voices in there. They should have put a white voice in there. They could have put a voice of every accent in there. I'm pretty sure with the Microsoft money, it ain't hard to hire one different
Well, I
person
mean,
for each
we
different
do know
culture.
that Microsoft has a whole section because we discussed in previous podcasts about representation, and they are one of the leading groups in charge of having a whole division solely on representation, which is why to what you were saying, at least I assume what you were saying, I was in agreement at the moment. Like, if they have a group that's in charge of representation, because remember we covered it during Women's History Month. Oh, sorry. We covered it during so many different months about representation, Black History Month, as well, about these different games and titles that and the whole group that Microsoft has created to show these voices. So I get at least what I think you were trying to say, Dre, versus how it got interpreted.
Yeah,
I
I'm
get
just saying
what you're
that.
trying to say. You're saying that it's Microsoft. They could have done that, even though the game is amazing.
Yeah, still a great game. I'm just
Yeah,
saying they
they
could
could.
have done
Yeah,
better
it's just
to
yeah.
if you're in a certain environment,
My
imagine
thing was
San
more on the
Andreas
city. My thing
without the
was more on the
characters
city.
that we got. Yeah, like
My thing
we're
was more on
playing.
the city.
So that's all I'm saying. They could do better than that. Like I said, also to me, the radio stations are full of tracks that you don't really care about. They put some classic artists in there, but they pay for music that none of us know. You could at least put in songs that people are familiar with, like not the songs that you could get for a penny on the dollar to put inside the game to save
I haven't
money.
listened to the music on the
Yeah,
radio
that's
yet,
how bad it
actually.
is. Like you'll go through Grand Theft Auto and music stations and you'll see just how many people are looking at the playlist because we recognize the music. We love the music in those games, and it's part of those games. And Forza is just like you tune it out or you turn on Spotify, which I found myself doing now. Just turn on Spotify because the music is just so damn bad,
So
unless
you
there's
think
no words.
your
What
prediction
kind?
because
Yeah.
I don't know. We're just disagreeing on this game, I guess, on the negatives. But on for Gran Turismo, do you think they're gonna have better music than Forza?
I hate Gran
Well, what's Gran
Turismo.
Turismo based?
Gran Turismo don't put words in their music. They just use audio music. They just put like tracks with no words. I'm talking about they're using actual
I don't play
artists
Gran
in this
Turismo
game.
though.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't.
I
play
think
Gran. To me, Gran
I
Turismo is
think this
boring.
game is really good in the fact that like these are like the negatives. Sounds like it's a pretty
No.
good game.
Yeah, Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good
the
game. No one
gameplay
says
is
not a good
good. I'm
game.
just saying,
Amazing.
No, I
like
know.
this
I'm just
has
saying,
nothing
like
to do with
I
gameplay.
don't mind the music. I think it's good for what it
I
is.
have I can't I don't have a premium music. I haven't heard the music because I press streamer mode. As soon as you press streamer mode when you stream the game, it does not play any music. So I don't know what you guys are coming from.
I think it's fine.
My only tip is the environment because they made a big stink about it when we okay, not stink. Made a big mention about it when they debuted it during one of the E3s or the Xbox specials that we streamed, and how they had like the planes fly over like the not GoPro, they have a fancy camera obviously. How they captured the environment beautifully, but like I said, as a person who's been to different parts of Mexico, yes, I mean I get one reason why that maybe they just like okay they just captured some of it and then like, edited it to make it look pretty because like
Not
no
well.
one
This
wants
is
to
a
see certain.
fictional part of This ain't real Mexico. This is a fictional version of Mexico.
Yeah, so they made it look really really pretty. Mexico is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not saying that it's not beautiful. I'm just saying that there are certain aesthetics that is not in the game. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but still, world is still beautiful, still big. A lot of things. There's not much negatives from me. I'm still gonna play this game to death. It's still real fun. But that's the only thing I found like well, it wasn't annoying. It just like, you know what, you could do away with that. Oh yeah, and also so far maybe it's gonna come in one of the next seasons, but dynamic weather changing it when you're not doing an event. Like it's only been rain there. I haven't seen any dust storms outside of
I
doing
got
an
stuck in the
event.
dust.
I didn't see any dust storms without doing any event. I played a dust storm
Oh, it
while
was an
doing
event.
races
It was an
and
event.
events, but in the regular open world, haven't run into that. But then again, they said the seasons are going to change every few days or with every season. Right now, we're in the winter season. Just today, when I turned on the game, I saw they have 4 events coming up for the winter season. So that's going to start soon. I think, like in the next I think by next week they're gonna put out their first event, and there's gonna be like 4 different events that's gonna run through the winter. For what I saw when I turned it on today. Yeah. But on that, Freddie, what else you been playing, man?
Man, not much. I've been just kind of holding out for um, Battlefield. It's coming around the corner. I'm not
Tomorrow.
trying to get caught up. Yeah, I can't wait. So I'm going to be
Yeah.
playing that. I've been playing just the usual. Nothing. I've been really trying not to play by Vanguard because like it's so tempting seeing everybody just play and stream it. So I'm like trying to stay
Well, I
strong.
I, I guess I could bring that up then, because that's the next game that I'm
Yeah,
playing.
because
You know,
I hear
um,
like are we gonna get? Is there any Battlefield news we're gonna talk about, or this is the Battlefield
um,
talk right now?
yeah. If you got anything to add to that, go ahead. Cause I don't got
Just
much back.
recently, this I mean, twice like I think it was today. Everybody's releasing their Battlefield early impressions and reviews, and it seems like a lot of people are kind of not liking it. Honestly, it looks like people are just don't like the new mechanics with they're calling it pretty much Overwatch Battlefield. Just like all the characters have abilities, and I just think that like it's you can't win. When you play when these people who are trying to do something new, do something different, and then you have people just complain about like it's different. Don't change it. And then that's the same thing as COD did. Mobile Call of Duty was the same shit every year. Then they went to space, and like people liked it, and then they're like, and then they got shit. They're going back to the boots, back to boots on the ground gameplay. And it's just like you can't win. Like you try something new, you try to experiment, and people just shit on you. You stay the same, you don't evolve. Like why are you guys playing the same game over and over and over again? It's just like to a point where it's just like everybody's bitching just to bitch. And
Mhm.
maybe that's where I'm at to today. I'm just like
I have
enough
a
with the
topic
bitching.
about
And
bitching
like
and stuff later.
Of course you
yeah, it's
do.
just it's just like it's so annoying. Like if you don't like it, then don't fucking buy it. That's easy. It's fixed.
Yeah,
It's shit's
and a
gonna be
lot of people
free for
that
10
bitch don't
hours.
buy it right away, anyways. I don't know why they're bitching. You
Yeah,
know,
I don't understand. Like EA Play and Xbox Game Pass, you get 10 hours to play for free. Play it. If you don't like it, don't buy the fucking thing. Fixed, solved, done. So
word.
I'm just annoyed.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it. I'm planning on going again the season 1 pass and everything for Battlefield. I already paid I think it was $70 altogether to have that whole thing. So I can't wait till tomorrow. Play. I took the day off from work tomorrow so I could get into Battlefield. Even though now my wife told me that we have a doctor's appointment tomorrow for the kids, so I'm like, oh my gosh, but it's okay. Gotta do what I gotta do. But yeah. So I can't wait to get into that. As a Call of Duty though, this is the first Call of Duty ever where I put the campaign to the side and said, fuck this right now. I'm loving this multiplayer. Like, and you guys know that I only play Call of Duty for the campaign, but for once, I'm loving the multiplayer in this one. I actually feel powerful when I'm playing this multiplayer right now. And what's funny with this one, too, compared to your kill streaks, in this one, they don't carry over after you die like they did in the previous versions. Like in this one, you actually have to start over if you die and stuff now. And I used to hate that because I'm just like people like me who don't even care that much about this, who just trying to have fun, will never reach the 10, 15 kill streak. Um, what's good?
Hi.
Malamulo. I hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever reach that. But in here, I've actually been getting close. Like I think my highest streak has been like 8, 9, but it still feels even zombie mode feels different now. And I know that's what Felice loves the most is zombie mode. And it actually feels different. My problem with zombie mode all the time is like you kill, next round, find some machine, turn it on, blah, 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 do that. In this zombie mode, they switch it up. So now there's different portals. There's still portals like they had in the last game, but you in a central town where you can upgrade your weapons and all this stuff while zombies are attacking you. But then these portals open up and they have different objectives. One could be hold this area for a certain amount of time. The other one could be you guys have to find these items and return them to a certain space before you could teleport back. And there's a third one that I didn't get to do yet because the people I was playing with just kept going to the other two. So I got to see what that third one was next time I get on. But we every time you finish an objective, then you make it to another round. It's not like just kill all this stuff and do it. It's like you go around and every time you finish an objective, you go back to the main square. You can upgrade and stuff, but you're in the next round. And every time you get teleported back to the main square, there's going to be a whole bunch more zombies there waiting for you guys. And it really added to the challenge and stuff. I didn't feel like we're here camping and just waiting. Like danger was everywhere. And I also felt like it was paced out better, along with a story to go along with it. But I didn't, for once, I didn't really care about the story. I just cared about upgrading my weapons and killing everything around me and seeing for once how far I can make it, which in the last Call of Duty, it was just like, all right, how many rounds we gonna make it? And by time round 10, I'm just like over this. Just kill me, zombies, please. But let me shoot a little bit so my partners don't feel like I'm letting them down on purpose. So this one is much better when it comes to multiplayer. The single player um had this moment. I think one of the best aspects of the single player campaign right now has been its musical score. Like there's moments in the game where it's just like soldier up. Like here's the music. Something is gonna happen right now, and it's up to you to fucking get you and your men through this moment. And there's so much gunfire going on, and there's so much screaming, and like they have those moments in the game. I've heard a lot of people say that they don't like the moments; they just like the music, but they felt like the moments were too lackluster. But to me, if you get me with the music, I'm in the moment. I'm one of those guys. The music is great. I'm in the damn moment. And the story, as though the campaign isn't as good as it's been in the past. And I think one thing that contributes to that is that we're so used to now with the stories of Captain Price and Pierce and Soap. We're so used to the war zone characters now that when we go back to World War II and stuff, these new characters that we haven't been playing with for the past 2 years, we have to learn them. Even playing the multiplayer, you're playing with these new characters, and you're just like, who are these people? And they try to do their best to show you who these people are. Like as soon as you unlock a new character, you go over them. They give you a whole cutscene of who they are. Some of them are in the campaign mode. I haven't met all of them yet. There is a good representation in this game, and the first three characters you unlock are all black. And so there's
Course.
good
I saw
representation.
that, which I thought was
Yeah, and the
beautiful.
first two are all females. So that's been good, and I feel like it's better at leveling up characters in this game than it was in other games. Weapon leveling up in this game has been easier for me. I don't know if that's just because I've only been playing hardcore mode most of the time, but it's been a fun time. Like I make it a point now. Before I could just play Call of Duty once a week. Now I feel like I got to play it every night before I go to bed. So
Really?
yeah, I play it at least once before I go to bed all the time. And I see Malamudo, if I'm saying that right,
I'm talking to them because they're like asking
something in
about
the
like
chat saying you like Darkest Dungeon.
yeah.
Part two just came out last week, I believe, or at least the early access came out on Steam for Darkest Dungeon. Um, I played Darkest Dungeon 1. I liked it until it got hard and I kept dying and I couldn't figure out what to do. So yeah, Darkest Dungeon 2, I heard they switched up a lot in that game, a lot which fans aren't fans of. They don't like the changes, at least when it comes to the micromanaged it. Oh, thank you. Glad I did. But the micromanaging in Darkest Dungeon 1 has seems to been taken away in Darkest Dungeon 2, and a lot of people don't like that, but I haven't tried it out yet. Maybe if they get a good sale on it, I'll play it. Maybe Mad King might play it before me since he's always playing the Steam games first, but yeah,
Yo,
Darkest
I might give you guys run for your money with those Steam games. I've been playing some Steam games. I couldn't stream them though, but I've been playing them.
Oh man, but yeah. So I don't know if you guys had any other games you guys been playing?
Well, we said Forza. We said the other game. I'm trying to think of what else. I've been playing. I've been playing games. That I'll come back to me. Come back to me.
The last one I had was started this morning, the San Andreas from the trilogy,
That's not
Grand
new
Theft
though.
not well. Still, I want to talk about what I've seen so
You
far
go
with
ahead.
it.
Speak
You
your
know,
piece,
we
bro, man.
we got the new graphics stuff. I say the one thing that doesn't look good when they're in dark shadows, it's hard to see their faces in the dark shadows. I played with my TV set. I thought it was something wrong on my TV, but it wasn't my TV. It was actually the game. So there's parts where the graphics work a little too good. When when the characters are in dark spaces, their faces don't show that much. It's kind of hard playing a Grand Theft Auto with a Xbox control. I'm not used to playing Grand Theft Auto with an Xbox control, but I'm trying to get used to it. um, and Malamudo, please join our Facebook group if you aren't a part of it already. But it seems good. Like the graphics seem good. It doesn't seem too weird. Everything seems cool. I'm trying to get back into the mix of the game. I kind of wanted to play Vice City first, but part of me is like, hey, if they gave you San Andreas for free on Game Pass, just play that one, and maybe by the time I finally finish this, the collection is gonna be on sale for Black Friday. So maybe we'll get it for cheaper then. Maybe get like $20 off, or maybe 15.
Probably. I mean, that sounds like a Black Friday deal, but it just came out. Black Friday is this month, so
Yeah,
I feel like it'd be like Christmas sale, not Black Friday sale.
mm, maybe for the digital version. You
No,
know,
digital don't go on sale as fast as the Black Friday one does. I mean,
Yeah,
the
usually,
copy.
yeah, Steam will put out mad shit on sale, but we'll see. We'll see when that time comes. But other than that, but the game feels the same. It's like you just said, like not much to really write home about. Looks better. Still love fucking around in Grove Street, and yes, it is like an amateur mod, but it's better than what I've played. I never played any of the modded Grand Theft Autos, which of course Rockstar went and took down right when they announced this game. So we can't play those better mods anymore, so that's all I have to say about that. All the other games that I'm playing is not enough. I haven't played enough to really speak about yet. I want to talk
Yeah.
about Riders Republic next week, but I felt like if I spoke about Riders Republic this week, I'll compare it too much to Forza. So I said I want to give that game some time to breathe with me, because then I'm just gonna be like, well, Forza does this better than this. Riders Republic did this better than that. So to stray away from that whole comparison shit, I said I'm not playing Riders Republic again until this weekend is over, when I get that Forza love all off my chest. Hey yo, but that sounded weird, but you know what I meant. You know?
I mean, you be saying some stuff all the time. We just like smile and nod.
I know, I know. But now let's get into the gaming news. Gaming news. So since we just talked about Rockstar, today it was a leak about Red Dead Redemption and the GTA 4 remasters being leaked, their release dates. So apparently for Red Dead Redemption, it's supposedly Rockstar could change this now because they don't want us knowing shit. But it's supposedly releasing in quarter 2 of 2023, and GTA 4. Even though I don't feel this game needs a remaster, but Rockstar is going to get their money somewhere. If we're spending our money on Nintendo, why the hell won't we spend it on Rockstar games, right? And so GTA 4 should get remaster release in quarter 4 of 2023. You guys have any opinions on this?
Honestly, we were just making comments about that in the comment section about remasters, and also he said something earlier, Mad King, about remasters. So we
Time
just
playing.
want some new stuff. We want new stuff. Stop giving us the old stuff. You're messing
What's
with
crazy,
that.
though,
nostalgia.
now that you brought that up, like speaking back on the GTA trilogy, so I've been going in the comments of people streaming the game, and I guess this actually does have a good thing to it, because it seems like a lot of people have never played these games. We have to
You mean the
remember
younger people? The younger people? That's
yeah. They
that's what
have
I said
no idea.
earlier. Earlier, I said to you, well, said to both of you
Fuck
guys that
the
this
younger
is
people.
catered.
This
This
is
is
what we.
Yeah.
they don't care about us.
The
We're not the
people, they don't
future.
give a
You know
shit.
that, right? We already had our
I'm just
chance.
saying
The
that's
thing is,
that's
these games are not that old though.
I
The
know, but at
remastering
this
games are like 4 or 5 years old.
okay. Well, if you think
no,
about
not
this,
really, because the oldest person since Grand Theft Auto Vice City came out, the oldest you could be right now is 19 if you were born the year Grand Theft Auto Vice City came out. So they're pretty old. 3 in Vice
My
City,
point is like if somebody really wants to play Vice City before this
they could
point,
have,
there was
and that's what
tons
I
of
was
ways to
telling.
doing it. So
That's yeah,
like
that's what I was telling my
and a
son
lot cheaper.
earlier. I'm
And
like,
if you really want to play it, then you should play it the original way, the way it came out, not like some like souped up different version, because that's not what it was in the beginning. Like it's not
but
the same
remember,
thing.
these are the
it's
kids
just
that complain. You were just talking about it. They complain about everything.
Yeah, so I said fuck them. So I still agree. Like play the old if you want to play an old
no
game, play
words
the
were
old
truer
game.
by Mad King.
Mhm. Yeah, fuck them kids. Yeah.
Clipping that. I'm definitely clipping
My
that.
fucking
Fuck them
course.
kids. Fuck them kids.
So in other news though, the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley came out and he is talking about how he wants the Game Awards, which I agree to get back to more of game. Even though he does show a lot of games during the Game Awards, he feels like they fell off a little bit with a lot of more commentating and the people coming on stage talking more than they need to, and not showing enough games during the game. So he's saying we're going to get between 40 and 50 games this year shown off during the Game Awards, which we will be live streaming, people. So if you're a fan of ours, we will love it if you
And that's
join
another
us
thing is
on our
the
live
fucking
stream.
kids complaining like, oh my god, they're talking too much. Let me show fucking flashing images in their fucking faces to calm them down. Like, have a conversation. Talk about the fucking game.
Well,
I don't
they're
need to
from a
see
different
20
era than
second
us.
videos and then another 20-second video and another 20-second video. Like, can I like can like what the fuck, man?
They're just
Can people
different
Get
from
off
talk
us.
about
TikTok.
their game?
Get off TikTok and read a fucking book.
I'm on TikTok, FYI, and I'm old as fuck. Okay, I'm not.
I
I'm
have
proud of
I'm
yet
it.
to
just
be
saying,
on
but like
TikTok.
these
Not
young
proud of it.
kids, they can't fucking like pay attention for more than like 10
But that's
seconds.
our well, not our fault. That's some of our parents' fault. So actually might be our fault too, though. I don't know. I don't have any kids though, so don't quote me on that.
Yeah. Well,
This is
my
why
kids,
games are not
I
taken
talk to.
seriously as a media because we can't just mature as an audience. We
I
still
mean,
have to keep going back to the whole like there's like E for everyone. Go play an E for everyone game if you can't like fucking comprehend the game. Like don't make it dumber and easier for somebody. Don't make it like
well, You have
Like
to
there's like
understand also that as we go further into the future, everything changes. Things that were like good for us are not going to be good for them. Just like when I was a kid, or shit, let's even go back, not kid wise. When I was working at GameStop and I was like teenager slash going into like adulthood and having to tell people, even though I was too young to sell the game, an M-rated game, but I was selling the game, which is totally illegal. Apparently, I found out later on. GameStop, you know better. Um, Literally, those people who were trying to sell the games to, we had to like tell the parents like, oh, this has sexual content. We had to read the whole M-rated thing to them. Like
They ain't tell
the
that to my
horror,
grandma.
the horror on some of the parents' faces when I was in my teenage years. I'm 36 now, so the horror on their faces. So they look at our generation the same way, like the people older than us, as we look at the kids coming up. So it's like it's just literally a cycle of change, which sounds like it's the same thing, but it's everything. It's an ever changing situation. Gangster. I can't.
Yeah.
No.
And I think like
So
it's
yeah.
also like it's a generational thing. Like the kids that are like 19, 20 now, even though Malamudo said that he played the game at the age of 5, which hey, at my young age, my
I sold
parents
it to
didn't care.
5-year-olds.
I was playing Grand Theft Auto and all that stuff, so I didn't have to worry about age restriction. They just knew I liked games. I was good at doing as long as I was playing, getting good grades in school. My dad and grandma didn't care what the hell I was playing.
I understand what you're saying. My point is we don't need to make every game Fall Guys. We don't need to make everything,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Fortnite.
yeah. Of
yeah,
My
course not.
point
Of
is
course
that
not.
course
like if
not
you
that.
want that type of
I
game,
like
then
that.
that's
There's
that
different.
avenue for you.
There's different.
Go there.
What do you call it? I think that some of the games that, well, at least for instance, I'll go with Diablo. It's the easiest thing I can think of. Um, when you go into Diablo or games like Diablo, they have like the many, many, many different uh levels of difficulties.
Yeah.
I think that a game should look like a game, but the people who create the games, if they're going to make the difficulties, they should make it so much different, like they do now. I guess they're getting to that point where if you're like on the very tiniest level, then like there's no blood in this level, and they have the parent controls if the parent really wants to be involved. Um, there's no blood in this level, this type of level of gaming, or this scene is not even involved. Like this scene is totally cut out. Like you can
Yeah.
still make
It's
a
like Call
great
of Duty
game.
does. They ask you if you want to see the explicit
I mean, but
scene.
Call of Duty used to shoot
And,
people,
but
so
yeah, but some
just
parents
make
don't
a
even care about the blood. They don't even care that
yeah,
their kids are killing someone in the
true.
game. They just
You
care
know,
that
That's
they
the
there's
see
my
blood.
problem. Is
self-respect
that like then the
Germans.
kid like separates that two things. Like shooting somebody is okay as long as they don't bleed. Like there's a disconnect right there.
I
So like
mean,
you're showing
well,
that
then
violence
you
is
have to
okay
no,
as
no,
long as there's just no like the same thing with like Disney cartoons. Like
but
Marvel's Avengers, they don't show blood, but they show people dying. Like they
I
just like so like I
I
think
like
that you should have violence. Violence should be violence. I don't think we should like hide violence because then kids grow up not understanding what how like, serious violence is.
I think
If we make
that
it kid
if
friendly,
we are relying on video games to teach our kids about violence, we already failed. I think that you're correct in reference to how you're
nobody said
perceiving it.
teaching anybody anything.
No, but you just, well, they would be learning something
I'm
because you
saying that
just,
there's a disc. My problem is, and that's my. I think what my mindset is with gaming is it's another art form. It's another media
it
aspect. It's the
is.
same thing as movies. The same thing as television shows. Same thing as radio. It's all entertainment, right? But for
Yeah,
some reason, video game is treated differently, and I can't wait for the day
I agree.
when video game is as it takes taken as serious as movies, as the Grammys, as serious as
It is
music.
though. I mean, Hillary Clinton
It's
tried to,
not.
yeah, it
It's
is though by
it's
some
getting
people.
better, but it's not there yet.
It is, but you can't fault the
That's your
people who,
opinion.
you didn't let me finish the opinion,
You
so.
said it
No,
is. I
no,
said no, it's not. And then you said it
but
is.
I
I
was
said no,
still,
it's not.
but no, you cut me off mid
Go,
sentence.
Yeah, you
go
cut
ahead,
me off
finish,
first.
Felice. Finish, Felice.
What I'm saying is that I agree with what you're saying. I just think that I guess it's not. I think we're saying the same things. I just think that we're saying it in two separate ways. I think that games need to be taken more seriously in general, but I think that there are people who have taken extreme measures, unfortunately, to make their campaigns. And I know we don't really talk about politics, so I won't go into that. But I think that you can't really blame. I'm not saying that you're doing that, FYI, before you even get into that. You can't really blame the people who are creating the games or just simply the people who are buying the games. I mean, specifically, you need to, if you're talking about changing a game in reference to suit a certain market, yeah, okay, cool. But the parents don't know what they're buying. I know Dre said my parents didn't care what I was buying, but for instance, the person that was selling the games to the people who were buying the games for the 5 year olds, with the exception of the one person that said, I want my kid to be machismo. I don't care. Let them buy that game. Um, Honestly, they don't know what's in the game because people have the concept that games are Pac-Man unless they never play, unless they play games. I've sold games for 12-ish years. So I can tell you right off the bat that most people who are buying the games that are buying it for someone else do not know what's in the game. It doesn't matter if you show them a trailer or what, because trailers are edited for the audience of the country. So it does not matter what you say is in the game unless someone physically sit down and watch it. They do not understand what they are purchasing yeah, for someone else. So that's a separate situation. I do believe what you're saying. Also, we do not want to dumb down our games. Yes, I agree with that. We want to play games as they should be. I agree with that as well. I'm not disagreeing with you with any of that. Just so you know, we're on the same page.
Yeah,
Um,
I think we're just.
I just think that
Yeah,
you are
I don't
saying
even
it
know how
differently.
we got there from the Game
Yeah, I'm like,
Awards.
I
I
didn't
don't
say
even
like I want video
remember.
games to be
No,
taken more
no,
seriously.
because
You know,
he's like, what do you, that's your opinion. I'm like, don't cut me off, though, bro.
no.
You want to fight? We'll fight.
But yeah, Jeff Keighley also mentioned that he wants to expand the gaming world by adding the gaming world to the metaverse. And AKA means, hey, we're gonna put this on Fortnite for people to watch while they're playing Fortnite. You know, and so I think she's doing Jeff Keighley's doing his best to expand on games, at least. But I'm trying to think of any other game that plays
Isn't Jeff
different.
Keighley just the host?
Huh?
Isn't he just the host?
Yeah, but he plans everything. He's the one that gets all these deals. You need to listen to how much work this
I
guy
know
puts
who he is. I
into.
mean, like as I said, I
No,
worked in the
no,
game
he's the
industry for
one. Yeah,
years.
the reason the
But
Game
like,
Awards is the way it is, and I hate Jeff Keighley. I love what he's
I
done for
don't
the
like him
gaming
either.
world. I love what he's done for the video game world, but I don't like Jeff Keighley. To me, he comes off as an asshole. I've met him before. He's
Well, I
snug. He's
mean,
like Aaron Rodgers today, where Aaron Rodgers thinks he's the smartest person in the room. Like
he's like
that's
that
how I feel
Nintendo dude
Jeff
also,
Keighley
who I
is.
can't stand, but I love him as because I met him in person. I can't stand him, but I love him at the same time. I understand. It's like they're put in his role, and then their egos get inflated, and then they're just like who they are.
Yeah, so I like Jeff Q. But Malamudo said, in my country, no one gives a fuck. You could do whatever. Oh my gosh, something's over the line, so I can't even see it.
You
But
could do whatever. The F. I was 13 and I went to buy GTA 5.
yeah, basically. So
You knew what they asked me? Cash or card. Like you're responsible for yourself.
yeah, in some aspects, yes, we are responsible for ourselves.
That's
But
just man.
it's
We
it's
could be
a,
like
it's a whole conversation we could
yeah.
have
I'm
on
like let's
another
not get
day
into
because
that
it'll go
because
on and on and on.
yeah.
So we'll just leave it at that. Everywhere you go, everyone has different experiences. Everyone raises their kids differently, and things like
Yeah,
that. So it's a
you're right. It's not
conversation.
the game markers and sales job to protect your children
Mhm.
or
So
educate them. It's your job, which is what I said
yeah,
earlier. It's up to you
exactly.
to teach your children about whether it should be blood a game or not blood a game. Like that's your job.
Okay, let's. I'm getting like triggered, so let's change the
No.
subject to games.
Oh no, I'm
So
not trying to trick you. I'm reading what he said basically,
No,
and
no,
I'm commenting on
I
it.
disagree with what this conversation is heading towards.
Oh,
So let's get
all
into
right.
video
okay.
game news.
So look, director Hwang Dong Hyuk, I hope I'm saying it right, confirmed that season two of Squid Games is gonna happen, due to the pressure that people are putting on them to make it happen. While talking to the Associated Press, but when they reached out to Netflix to confirm this, Netflix did say that they're in discussions for the season two, but it hasn't been finalized yet. So take that news with a grain of salt. People like I think we're gonna get it, because
Man,
of
that
course you don't.
TV show got so much hype, man. I don't
Yeah,
see it. I'm like up to like episode 2. I'm sure it gets better,
Are you
but
serious,
you
my
only on
dude?
episode two. Damn.
My dude,
I don't care for
I,
it. I just
I
like
think it shouldn't be as hype as it is
it
if you watch
shouldn't be. It's a good
anime.
show though.
if you watch anime and a lot of Korean drama shows and movies, this is
Oh
not
yeah,
that
it could be
special to
that
you.
though, because I
You
watch a
know?
lot of Korean drama. I watch a lot of I watch a lot of Korean horror films. That's my fucking. I love them. Like
Mhm.
just give me any horror films from anywhere that's not here, because they usually America we rip off the movies from other places anyway, and they're not as good. They're usually trash here. But yeah, it's good. I watched it before all the hype.
Yeah,
As soon as
me
it popped
too.
up, and
Like
I was
I
like,
had
oh
it on the
shit,
first day just watching that shit.
yeah,
So like I told people in the comments and other people's
yeah.
comments, I'm just
It
like, if
does
you
feel like
watch
an
a lot of
Squid,
anime once you
anime,
say
this is
that.
no
Yeah.
Squid
different than
Game.
an anime. You know,
Yeah, it's
so
no different from anime. It reminds me of like Death Note, but in a big room.
The acting is not that good either.
It's not, but also the translation is not correct either.
No, yeah,
But it's
that's
not
because I
even
have
about that.
subtitles too.
Yeah,
And
like they changed like the narrative of the woman that well, you need to hear this, but the woman
yeah.
that yeah, they
it's
changed the
fine.
way that she talks about herself,
Okay.
like the way that she speaks, and it changes the whole conversation, and it makes me hate her less now to know the real translation versus the translation that Netflix has.
All right.
Uh,
I was gonna say, EA greenlit a new Fight Night officially.
Oh
They
yeah.
greenlit the new Fight Night game, but we're not gonna get it for a few more years because they want to make sure that UFC 5 is completed first. They said that due to time constraints, the whole team is working on UFC 5 right now. It's supposed to release, I think, in February or
I'm
March of
mad that
next
I
year.
took over
Yeah,
Fight
man.
Night.
Yeah, Fight Night is like special. We've been clamoring for Fight Night for
I
so
sweat Fight
long.
Night. Was it Streets of New York?
Oh no, that's Def Jam.
Oh shit! Yo, I'm thinking of Def Jam. Yo, I want Def Jam back. Forget this. I
Me
want
too.
Def Jam back.
They should remaster that shit. I play
In
that.
my brain,
Yeah.
it was the same thing until you said it out loud, and I was like, oh wait. It's not the same thing. Can I get
I
some
think
chicken
the
right off
reason we
here?
haven't gotten Def Jam remastered is because the
Probably
licenses with
copyright
all those
music and stuff
rappers
like
and
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
I
And
just need that.
some of those rappers are gone now, so they're not even alive. So
Or
like
in
Nate
jail.
Dogg, or yeah, so it's just like I think they could work around the jail
They
thing
could
if
put
random
some new
people want to
people
go
out.
there.
It wouldn't
But
be
no,
the
but if
same
they're gonna
though. It'd be
remaster, they gotta
Celebrity
give it to
Death Night
everybody.
then,
You know. And the good thing is that Snoop
or
Dogg was
Death
the
Match.
main bad guy, and you know Snoop Dogg does anything and everything.
He's
So like
Snoop
he's
Dogg,
literally in
so
everything. So I don't think they'll have problems getting him to like
yeah.
re give them the license for him. But like for people
But
like
yeah, Fight
Nate
Night definitely needs to
Dogg,
go back though.
like who would they talk to get Nate Dogg in the game and things like that, you know, because he's gone now. Unless they speak to I don't know his family if he has any kids. I don't know what the situation is with him, but I think licenses is the big issue when it comes to Def Jam getting remastered. They could make a new one. There is so many damn new rappers out there now, which I think are all mostly garbage. So I wouldn't
Yes, the
mind the
music's not the
game,
same.
you know. Yeah, so, and I'm just saying that I'm a get off
A
my
bunch of old
lawn
heads.
guy. You know, I'm old people who listening, you younger demographics and all that they're like, oh my god, I love these people. I can't even say their names because all of them sound the same and have the same similar
Honestly,
names.
change our minds about the music. Just change our
Yeah,
minds.
like try and
Sorry.
make something good. So I can't do it. Like I'm stuck in the '90s and early 2000s when it comes to rap.
That's
So like,
literally every generation, though, which is I continue to say. It's like we keep saying that, like this generation, in some aspect, it's a
mhm.
cycle.
And so
They,
now talking about to when Freddie was talking about haters. Now, so we see that YouTube is removing the dislike button, and I use
wait,
quotations
what?
with
I
you
like just like
remove.
your things.
No, so this is what they're doing. So they're don't worry, Kim. I'm
Little
fine
Baby's
with
actually
little baby.
nice.
Yeah, I
So
like little baby stuff. You know, we don't gotta agree with the shit he said, but I don't. I like his music. I could deal with him, but most of them I can't. And thanks for joining us, Kim. Nice to see you here. You know, again. But so YouTube decide they're gonna remove
how did you make it
the
different
dislike
color?
button, but they're not gonna make it. We won't go into that. So they're gonna make it so that people can still hit dislike, but there's no longer going to be numbers there because there's the culture of people that dislike a thing because someone said something wrong or this person said, "Oh, this movie's going to be bad, so let's all dislike it, make it the worst video on the internet." So from now on, they did a study. Most people probably didn't notice it during the summer, in which people noticed that people don't hit. They noticed that people hit the dislike button less if there's no numbers underneath it. The like and dislike button get hit less when there's no numbers
Yeah, it's
underneath it.
group. It's classic group mentality. It's in
Yeah,
psychology. People are more likely
yeah,
to gang up on someone if someone else is doing it too, which is
I mean, it's the
annoying.
same
exactly.
way, the other way around too, though. If you
Mhm.
see a whole bunch of likes, you just get
Hey,
Yeah,
but
angry
they
too.
doing it to help
facts.
people
It
like
is.
us.
That's what
You're
I'm
100
saying.
percent
So I mean, if
correct.
they're gonna
So
do that, they should do
yeah,
both sides then, because you can't like have an
But the
argument
only
for
thing
one
is,
side and then like,
you're
nah, it's okay.
no, you
Don't
can
think about
still
this.
hit the
yeah.
dislike
No.
button, but
No.
only
He's
No,
we
no,
will
I'm
see
talking
who
he's
about
correct
disliked it.
though.
no.
He's correct
I
though.
know. I agree with you
It's to
saying.
help people's feelings.
No,
He's
no,
literally
I know.
correct. No,
I
I mean
think
you,
I
Matt King. You're correct. I agree with
no,
you.
yeah, thank you. I agree with you, Police Cat.
Yeah. So they said they wanted to help like the
That's barking.
streamers and stuff who like feel like, oh, they shouldn't keep going on because look how many people dislike my video or
Honestly, I want a
Maybe you
hate button,
shouldn't. I
but
don't know.
not
Maybe
not not publicly
if
used.
you get a whole bunch of dislikes, maybe there's something going on. I understand like 2, 5, but if it's like 20, 30 people disliking
I
your
think
shit,
that
no,
there should
well,
be a
there's
suggestion
and
button.
five
campaigns
likes.
out there
No,
that
I
people
think there
that
should be a
say,
suggestion button,
yeah,
but
maybe it's
that
fine,
filters out bad language.
yeah.
Does that make
So
sense?
Fuck these
like, but it's
kids. They're
still
too
gonna be
soft,
there.
man.
It's only gonna be only us are gonna be able to see the numbers. So if 100 people dislike
That
this
doesn't do
video,
shit.
they won't show it on
Oh,
YouTube.
so
We'll
we
Okay,
get
can
to
so
still
I
see
see
it.
the
think
pain. We can
We
still
can
feel the
see it.
pain.
Yeah, we'll be able to see it. But the people, so like, say someone just goes on our page and they're
Well,
just
that
like,
won't help either
oh,
because that'll just lead to the other phenomenon where you get blind hate.
yeah.
That
yeah,
won't
So
help
honestly,
either.
now I'm just gonna dislike everything. Fuck everybody.
Yeah, because then like there's no one to know. Like I mean, no one really knows to begin with, but like that doesn't help the situation. That doesn't
yeah,
help.
we'll
Just like
see.
if
Whatever.
Steam is like we're gonna
You know
like
how
not
many hates
show
you'll get
the
just because someone
dislike
just has a bad
reviews.
day?
Yeah. Well, it could be. Well, this is kind of like say Twitch. Twitch just implemented earlier this year the ability to not see how many people are watching you while you stream, and they did that to boost people's confidence because people see that when they're streaming for a long time and no one hops in,
That
they
was just
just give
this
up
year.
on the
I thought that
stream.
was since
I
like
think
last
or
year.
last year, this year or last
Yeah,
year,
well,
but
at
it's
least
kind
before
of
we started
similar to the
streaming.
same thing. And it's kind of like me. I'll honestly say, y'all know I said I hate streaming because I don't like people watching me play a game. I like being
I
in
know
my
Faceless
own
Gamer,
world while I
guys.
play
This
a
is the
game.
Faceless
Yes.
Gamer
But
here.
I noticed now that Twitch gave me ability to not see how many people are watching me and to take off stuff off the screen and stuff like that. I could take off your comments and all that stuff off the screen, and it's just like I'm just playing the game. Now I talk more. Now I play the game and I talk because I feel like I'm
It's just
talking
that
to
you're
myself.
uncomfortable. There's self consciousness
Yeah,
involved as well.
exactly. I don't have to deal with, oh my God, now I have to entertain these people because look, there's 20 people watching
Look,
me right
You're not
you
now.
actually
stream.
do not have to entertain nobody.
That's what I'm
They just,
saying. Like,
but
this is a different conversation we're having.
that's a separate
No,
If we
situation.
we should if we want to like we should maybe do a sub pod where we just talk politics and bullshit and we can just argue
This
about
ain't
We
this
can't
shit.
talk
politics.
politics.
No.
We cannot talk politics.
This is
I can talk
all
politics.
under the
No,
umbrella of
you guys will
why
hate me.
YouTube said they're removing the numbers from the dislike
No,
button.
I know. I'm saying, but like what you don't like, the reason why you like that works for you. That might not work for me.
All
So it's a
right. And
preference.
there could
You
be a
enjoy that
million people
aspect
like
of
me,
the like
and
not
there's
being
a
able to say it.
million people
I
like you.
don't. I kind of like I'd rather have the information there, and I think you
But
can
you do
target it
get
on
the
and off.
information there. I
Yes,
just
I
said that.
agree. But my problem is that this is the problem with these
Hold
motherfucking
on. But
kids
why do you
again.
care how many
Just
people
because
dislike
like
something?
hey, one, if you're streaming just for yourself, don't stream. Just play the fucking game. If everybody's doing this for a particular reason. We're doing this podcast and streaming for a particular reason, right? Omar. So
Yeah.
it comes with that. I don't think
No, but we
should keep
still
like
see it. We
just.
still see it.
I
It's for
know
the
I'm not.
outside world
You're
not to
not.
see.
I'm talking about like making it like. I think that's important to get feedback. I think
No,
like
but
it was
there's people that
working.
just
But
The
this
dislike
reason
it
why
for
not
YouTube had this
dislike.
up until this point, it was fine. But then a whole bunch of fucking young ass, dumb ass, sensitive kids was like, YouTube, I don't like all the
I don't think they were
dislikes.
all
Take
kids
it
though,
off.
but
So
I
why?
hear what you're saying.
My
I hear what you're
point,
saying.
like, my point is just let's just put plastic wrap on everything. Everybody's fucking special. Everybody loves you. This is butterflies and shit. There, you happy?
It sounds
Is
like an
everybody
our
okay now?
childhood.
It's just like, bro, like, grow the fuck up. This is the problem. Everybody's so like sensitive
There's
today. It's
nothing
just,
wrong with sensitivity, FYI, guys. We're not saying there's something wrong with sensitivity. This is just
I
Mackin's
think it's
ideals.
important to have constructive criticism, and I think
Yes.
that how society is going today, that's gonna be non-existent. Because if I criticize something, I'm an asshole. Because we're so used to not being able to do that, it just comes off like an asshole. I'm like, hey, maybe you guys shouldn't do this. Maybe you should do this. So this video is not very helpful. It doesn't achieve what you want, and I could come off as a troll.
Well,
Because
no,
it's like
I
Well,
mean,
you can still
because you
you
can
can
comment
disagree
that.
with
say
me.
that and
You
not
can
be in the
still
jerk about it.
comment.
It's just
Yeah.
okay. I think of the
But
extremes.
how?
I think
But
of
if I
the.
only
I
have
think
like
of the
5
people.
seconds and I watch the video, I want to dislike it. You know, this video is wrong. It's teaching you something that's not right. I'm gonna dislike it for the
Well,
Yeah,
make
next
a
person to
comment.
see
Put
that.
a
creator will
comment.
No,
see
but
that.
now
Put a
see, the
comment.
problem is now the person can't see it. The next person comes in, they can't see that's a million dislikes because it's telling you something
Put a
stupid.
comment. Put a comment.
Yeah,
No,
put a
but I'm not that.
comment.
But what if I don't want to?
Well, then
But
you
you
should
want
That's what
dislike.
that
constructive
dislike. That's what the
criticism,
dislike
though.
button was there for.
But the
The
dislike doesn't
button
give
is not
That's the
adequate
for
same
feedback.
reason we give like
criticism.
reviews 5 stars.
Well,
Imagine if it's like if anything below 3 stars, we just can't. You don't see it. You only see 4 stars and 5 stars. That's the
No,
problem.
that would
We
be
can't
bad.
give
That would
one
be
stars to
bad.
things anymore. That's what a dislike
No,
button
that would be
is.
bad as well. That'd be bad as well.
That's what
But
I'm
I
saying.
think that
Like,
Malamudo, we
people,
thank you for being in. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
peace.
I think that people who are gonna give like the 1 stars are gonna like hopefully say something. I hope.
Yeah, usually
Anyway,
when people give 1 star, they have something to
I
say.
don't. I
You
don't say.
know, I
I just
always
say I
say
I
don't
feel
like
something
like
it,
if I
you
and then I
can't
never
move
get
really,
a
on.
star.
honestly, you can't really give good feedback if you just put a star or a thumbs down. Honestly, if you really feel like that invested to vote on something, then you should say some shit. If you just put a thumbs down or thumbs up, they don't know what they need to change. So you do not help them. You just help yourself by saying some negative shit. My thing goes more further into the point of like the people who are giving the Rotten Tomatoes, for instance, on the movies that are coming out that haven't even come out yet sometimes, or just coming out just because they can, because they were like to flood the airways with Rotten Tomatoes because they're like, oh, there's a girl in this character, or there's a black person in this character, or this person's supposed to be traditionally this, or this person's supposed to be traditionally that. So my thing, when I think reviews, I hear what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with you, Mad King. But when I think of reviews at this point in this time where we live in, not where it used to be, I think of the extreme people who are doing the thumbs down or thumbs up just because they don't like the color of your hair, or because they don't like that you're a woman or a guy or a Hispanic guy or a black guy or this or that. So my thing is, if you're thinking of from a research point of view, because it's kind of what I went to school for, literally you want to look at the group that is actually making a big difference in like in reference to like what you're doing, like what is their input, like who am I reaching out to, who's watching this, what do they like, what do they not like. So if you're gonna like give a review, like if you want it to be like change something, like versus just like a dislike or like say something. And if you don't say something, that's fine too, but not saying something is not going to change them in reference to what they do. It's going to make them think negative things about themselves. And now that you're saying young crowd, but realistically, a lot of people who don't agree with the negative reviews or positive reviews or whatever are not young crowds only. They are us. We're not that far from the young crowd. We are also complaining. And so are the older people who are just getting on, who are usually the trolls, FYI. And the young people are the trolls. Everyone is a troll for the most part. So it's like you can't just section it off on a young person. Like they are the snowflakes. And I hate using that fucking word. I'm so sorry for using that word. That's very triggering. But they are the people who are super sensitive. We can't just say that because it's us too, because we are the people who are streaming as well. We are the people who, due to the pandemic, are literally, well, we're at home or trying to get jobs, but not jobs, whatever, here streaming and being rated on and whatever. So it's not simply a young kid in a situation where they're like not strong enough to handle shit because the parents didn't raise them right or parents raised them a certain way because we're in a sensitive era. We are sensitive too. That's cool. Go troll. Fantastic. But yeah, it's like I'm sensitive. I'm super sensitive. For instance, I'm one person that got hate rated. So like I can honestly say that like I'm super sensitive and I don't like when I see thumbs down. I don't know why. I need to know what's changed. Give me some suggestions. Maybe this should be a
Yeah,
suggestion
if,
box.
and anybody
Suggestion box.
listening to this right now, if you guys have any suggestions, we
Yeah.
feel free to go on our YouTube comments or under the comments of this video in Facebook or whatever. Drop your suggestions. Something you guys might like to hear us talk about more, something you might want us to do less. Like, and just drop it. If we feel like it's something that actually makes sense, then maybe we might change up our format a little bit if it makes sense. If it's just something stupid that we feel like it's just catered to you, then yeah, you're on your own with that shit. But constructive criticism could be good,
It's
as long
hilarious.
as it's not trolling because there was like one
No, we don't
thing.
do trolls. We don't do trolls,
Yeah,
but we
we
do
don't
we
do
do
trolls.
positive reinforcement and constructive criticism because we like to understand how to get better as people, and that's my only thing. So yes, I don't agree that the thumbs down should be like just totally negated. I agree with you, Mad King, but at the same time, I think that uh Dre, it does make a new situation, which Mad can agree with that. Like, okay, now there's no thumbs down, but now we don't know who's just like putting mad thumbs down because we personally can see it, but no one else can see why, Like we don't, you know? So I don't know. I don't think it helps because it doesn't, it just, it's still there,
I guess it
and it
depends
should be
on
gone.
what the video is. Like their main reason, like I said, was just because of like say people review
That's
bombing
bullshit,
Eternals
though.
right now. Like
That
they're
that whole
like,
little thing they said was bullshit.
It
It's
is.
because their YouTube channel, their official YouTube channel, where they have that video, has like the most dislikes in like YouTube history,
Wait,
and they
really?
don't want that shit. Yeah, go on YouTube. The whole rewind shit they do every year, they have like the most dislikes on that shit, and like,
What?
and it's that. That's what it is. It just looks bad. So when somebody like an advertisement, something bad, something that people spent money on, put an advertisement up, and it's like a million dislikes to like 100 likes, that looks bad for YouTube as a
Uh,
branding
that's
place.
a
This is
troll thing
this
right
is
there.
all just branding. This is not YouTube giving a fuck about anybody. This is them like, hey,
Well,
you
I
want to
wish you
put your
started with that
advertisements
before my
on our
rant.
shit?
I wish you started that before my rant, because now it makes more sense.
It's just like YouTube covering its own ass, and they could say it's for the little guy. It's bullshit. It's not for the little guy at all.
yeah,
It's for
it's
YouTube
always business
branding.
first. It's always
Yeah. So
business
like,
first.
and
Well,
that's my problem. Is all this is these corporations are not your friends. Disney don't give a shit about you. Nobody like these corporations are not people. They're not your friends, and like you gotta stop. Like, yeah, YouTube is right. Fuck the dislikes. Like, no, they're doing it because they're making money off of this shit. They don't give a shit about you.
well, I
More
agree
They only
with
people
care
that.
if
that
you get a
dislike, the
lawsuit, and
less
then if they get a
commercials we watch
lawsuit,
on that video.
yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
moving on though into good news, which could be bad news. Well, it depends on who you're talking to. Bethesda officially confirmed that they have an idea of what Fallout 5 is going to be. But of course, they still got to finish up the next Elder Scrolls, and we got Starfield coming next year. But I wanted to pose the question if you guys could choose a world or setting in which Fallout 5 would be in, what would your Fallout 5 be? What's well, we know it's usually always a wasteland, but is there a specific setting like you want it in Europe or you're out in the United States or you know you want a Vegas style type thing where you just stick to one city, maybe Fallout New York City. What would you guys have as your ideal next Fallout location?
Maybe cool to like something Asia or like Russia or like fucking Africa, South America, like anywhere that we haven't been before, like a different like. Just imagine how that would look,
That is
like
true. They don't really do stuff out in Africa and stuff in games since like fucking I think the first Far Cry or Far Cry 2 was out there. And like Cyborg Thickum says maybe some place like Dubai, which is up along that alley too. That would be good. What about you, Felice? Anything come to mind?
Can we just do Waterworld?
Water World. Well, they kind of got that in Fallout 76. There's a whole Water
We
World
don't
area.
discuss we don't discuss that game.
Hey, it's way better than when it first
No,
came
no,
out.
no, no. We don't discuss
Way
that game.
better.
So, as an actual Fallout game, not that trash game that came out, can we just
God.
do Waterworld?
So you want a theme park Fallout
No,
game?
not theme park.
The
No, no,
movie.
the
Oh,
movie.
just a world that we're underwater?
The one with what was that dude's name? I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, the girl with the map on her back. Oh shit! I just realized she's in Grey's Anatomy. It just hit me. No, I've been mentioning that. Yeah, Waterworld. Like basically like, well, obviously there's land somewhere, but mostly the world, a flood or something, because it's supposed to be like apocalyptic times, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, mostly water.
One
That's
place,
that's,
all
that's
right.
it. That's it.
For me, I would love
That's,
New York City. See how well we see it all the time in a bunch of other thing games, but the way that Bethesda makes their games and how open world it is, it'll be great to be in New York in which we could open all the doors and climb up the towers, the Empire State Building, and be like, oh shit, I remember being here in real life. Go to MoMA, go inside there and clearing out MoMA where Freddie used to work, find your GameStop, one of your many GameStop locations, and maybe at Queen Center Mall, we go up in there and clean that place out,
I
you
hope
know,
not. I hope that game never exists.
what if we see Rick, a visual of Rick inside Queen Center Mall GameStop? Buddy, shout out Rick. I know you'll never watch or listen to this. But anyway, just a shout him out just in case he does, you know. But yeah, I think like a New York setting would be good for another Fallout game.
Yeah, that'd
Put
be
some
dope.
different stuff on that. For those like anime and fighting games, Jump Force, it was announced today that Jump Force is going to be going offline next year, from on February of next year. It'll be delisted actually in February 17th of next year, and then its online servers are coming down in August of next year. And Jump Force, for those who aren't familiar, is the anime fighting game. It's actually one of the best looking anime fighting games out there. Just the fighting mechanics just weren't there. They had, of course, the animations were always top notch for special moves, as they always are for anime games. But the game itself was just falling off, and people didn't like how it went online. It's too unpredictable. It's most likely a game of chance. Like my son whooped my ass in that game constantly, so I'll agree with the game of chance rather than him being that damn good. I can tell him that he's better than me in Fighter Z because he has all these combos and shit that he uses in Fighter Z. But when it comes to Jump Force, I felt like it was all a game of luck and stuff. I don't know if you guys ever played Jump Force, but
Uh, I know what it is, but I didn't really.
yeah. So
It was just
that's
I
another
think I,
gimmick for me.
I think I
yeah,
played it because I think it was like a free game from somewhere.
yeah. They
I
made it
played it for
free
that.
for a little while at one point, or at least a demo and stuff. But
I
It's,
just
I
remember
mean, it
One
sucks,
Piece is in it,
but
right?
yeah, they had
yeah, Dragon
Luffy,
Ball Z.
Luffy. Let me say it before the people attack me. Oh my God, you called him Luffy? How dare you?
Oh,
I'll call him
Mhm.
Luffy just because it's
Oh
cute.
yeah,
yeah,
shout out
Luffy's
to
better.
and Netflix about to make that One Piece TV
Movie or TV
show,
show rather.
and I guess that's gonna be the longest running Netflix show ever because how many fucking seasons to that shit gonna get? The fucking One Piece ain't even over yet, So like, and they better not jump hundreds of episodes between episodes. Like I'm gonna be tight. Like they better start from the beginning and go on. I know they're gonna probably jump certain arcs like the wax stuff and get straight to the main arcs. But even with that shit should probably last like 10 seasons. Like probably 10,
I mean,
12.
it really depends on how it gets
Yeah,
received
yeah,
versus
I
exactly.
have
It's gonna
no
be
yeah.
idea what you're talking about.
One Piece.
well, he don't watch One
I
Piece.
don't
I
watch
watch
One
anime.
Piece
I
either, but
don't
I know
watch
it
that shit.
exists.
I know it
I
exists too, but
I've
he's doing
never
like
watched.
wax stuff. What the fuck is?
Oh, I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I don't
no.
know what it
Yeah,
is.
I'm only on
I just know
episode
that there's one character in it that
391.
like I love was one character that's going to be in it. I don't even know his name and his character, but I just know he was in another TV show, and I was like, I want so much good for you. That's all I know. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah, I just wanted to drop that out there. And my last thing was about Back for Blood.
Mm,
Back for Blood finally getting that solo campaign progression that Freddie wants so bad in
yeah,
December.
No, I'm
I'm
You
done
tired
know,
with
of
that game.
playing with like computers because people keep quitting because they suck.
Well, I've been good. I got the update. The free update starts actually this month, where we're getting a quality of life improvements and some major bug fixes. They say this month. Then next month we're gonna get new supply lines, practice so you can practice with written because they do play very clunky online mode. A holiday seasonal event, and then the new cards, a new card type, and all new cars. Then next year we're gonna get a new difficulty. Hopefully, it's an easier mode than recruit. Because recruit is like hard.
It's not
New
supposed to be
player
hard though.
cards, new corruption cards, new co-op mode, melee updates, quality of life improvements, and then if you have the annual pass, you're gonna get the new expansion called Tunnels of Terror, and there's gonna be new cleaner characters, new written characters, a new activity type, new weapons, cars, and exclusive skins for people that have the annual pass. So it all looks good. I bought my annual pass because I like the game. I'm still in the final chapter of Back
You
for
got
Blood,
everything, my dude.
and me and Mo are trying to finish it. Fred, still haven't seen you online playing like that you could join
I'm
us.
done. I deleted it off my shit.
Where did you leave off? I didn't even see you playing multiplayer.
His Instagram is trash. I'm done. It's not what I,
It
it's not what I
wasn't
signed up for.
that. I wanted to play it by myself. I wanted to play single player. If they had that in the beginning, I probably would have kept playing right now.
The
But like,
game was made for multiplayer.
I don't give a shit.
You
We're
should have
also
played. We
about.
said we was gonna
We
play
just had a
together.
conversation about. We just had a
You said
conversation
we were gonna
about.
play together podcasts ago, and you the one person that didn't even touch multiplayer. And I sent you mad invites the first day it came out, and your ass just stayed silent on the mic and stayed in
It's
solo.
like
I have advice. Dislike the video and leave a
Goodness.
comment.
Goodness. This man talking mad shit and didn't even get the full experience of the game. He just played solo, so he couldn't get no experience
No,
and
I played
deleted
with
it.
people. I played a couple of rounds with people.
It's better with friends, where people you could
Yeah,
talk to.
I
You
don't have
know.
friends. I'm a lonely guy by myself. Nobody likes me. So
Oh goodness. Here this guy.
Mad
Mad
King
dramatic.
solo.
Mad dramatic.
All
But that's all
alone.
we have for y'all guys. Sorry to leave y'all in a downer mood from the Mad King, no longer solo over here. But as usual, in the comments, you can find our socials. Please join us, follow us. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, hit that bell so you know when we're coming online, because it could be at any time of day, as you can see. If you're on Facebook, join our Facebook Gamerish group. We really appreciate it. We got tournaments going there, polls, all the gaming news that we're going to most likely talk about on the show will be dropped on the Facebook page. So you guys can get some insider on it before you get our opinions on it. That's great. We got our Instagram, and follow us on Twitch, subscribe to us on Twitch. We appreciate it. And our Patreon is there. And in our link tree, you could donate if you want to help us out to help you. That's always highly appreciated. But we appreciate everyone that took time from their busy work schedules, or even have their phone to the side while they're at work and watching us right now. Those who even got the damn day off and watching us at work, we appreciate it all. Until next time, guys, as usual, enjoy your drinks, enjoy your games. Peace out. Oh my God.